Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Pastor Chris Wilson here to talk about worship on January the 2nd. And I've got a guest with me today. Reverend Bill Rose-Heim is our regional minister of the Greater Kansas City region. And he is going to be preaching for us on January the 2nd. I will be not only I will be out of the country. I'm going with a group to El Salvador, to our sister community, El Higueral, for about 8 days. And Bill has graciously agreed to step in and provide the preaching for us at the very first Sunday of the year on January 2nd. So Bill, just greetings to you and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for the privilege of being able to come and worship with St. Andrew Christian Church. I'm looking forward to being with. There are so many folks I have gotten to know over the years, and this is a great privilege. And I'm excited for you and for the opportunity to take that trip. That's been a ministry going on for several years at St. Andrew.
Yeah, this is of course my maiden journey out there, and the church is not, because of COVID, the church hadn't been able to go out in over 2 years. But this trip, January, will represent 30 years of relationship with El Higueral. So it's a long sister twinning relationship that we have had for quite some time at the church. So it's kind of a celebration, and we're going to bring that celebration spirit down there when we go early in January. So
that is great. And you just mentioned a word that's going to feature prominently in my sermon, and that's relationship. The fact that the congregation has a 30-year relationship with another community, that says a lot. I'm going to be preaching from Psalm 8, and interestingly enough, there's a verse here that often becomes a challenge for preachers, but it seems appropriate given that we're just coming off the Christmas celebration. And this is from verse 2 in Psalm 8. From the mouths of nursing babies, you have laid a strong foundation because of your foes in order to stop vengeful enemies. Now, can you imagine if that was on a test, Chris, and we had to come up with this is the way you interpret that particular passage? I think that's a head scratcher for a lot of folk. But I think reading on in the rest of the Psalm, we begin to get an idea of what God may be saying, at least for this moment. Because for me, when I hear lines like, you've made us little less than the angels, it challenges me when I think about how I'm showing up in the world today. Sometimes I don't act like I'm little less than an angel. And when I think about corporately how we show up as Christians, and I look at the condition of life in the world right now, the things that we're dealing with, and I have to wonder, do we really appreciate God's provision for us of capacities to do amazing things if we would do those together, not for God, but with God? The title of the sermon is Helpers, ? Relatives, ! And I'm really looking forward to exploring that with the congregation.
That really sounds very intriguing, Bill. I'll have to go back. We record our live stream service. I'll have to go back and watch it after it's all done. So, but I am sure the congregation will enjoy you being there and sharing that gift of that message. And Psalm 8 has always been one of my favorites. There's something about the majesty and that connection between God and humanity and creation that makes sense. And I've always believed that we are far better together than we are alone. And there's something to be said about not only an individual church, but as like a region, our collection of churches. And the work we do together is far greater than what one church could ever do on their own. And so that concept of relationship is such a vital part of not only being a disciple, but being part of God's family. So.
Well, you gave us a great example last January, helping to put together that anti-racism orientation and education for lots of people, just not within the congregation, but beyond. And that started the ball rolling for continuing education. So you all get relationship and the power.
Yeah. Well, I hope the church is excited. I'm excited. And we have many guests from around the country that watch the service as well on the live stream. So for all of you watching the video, we are excited about worship this coming week as we start a new year and usher in another year of relationship and justice and connectivity to God in that holy adventure together. So Bill, thank you for joining me today. I know the church will look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to being with you.